Hello YouTube, setting up for my next project here, and I just thought I'd go over a few things that people were asking about, people were interested about. Okay, first of all, some of the things that you're going to need, a lot of people understand this stuff, I mean it's just a given. A soldering iron, typical soldering iron. Now what I did here, you've got a soldering iron that came with some solder, and it came with new tips. I got this off Amazon, is where you can get most of this stuff. It's where I buy most of my stuff. It was $10. The problem I've had, and I've heard people say, is that the tips wear out really fast. And even with an expensive soldering station, you're going to spend anywhere from $14 to $150 on a soldering station. If you spend $50 on a soldering station and it goes bad, people are a little upset. So it's not bad to buy a new soldering gun when they're only $10. If you can find good deals like this on Amazon, every time you're going to do another project. Because sometimes they do fall and these cheap ones break, but they work pretty good. And they come with the tips and solder for $10. So moving on. Another thing that we're going to talk about today is batteries. We've got these small 3.7 volt lithium polymer batteries. They're flat. They've got a good power. Okay, this is a 3.7 volt lithium ion battery. It's a 2650. It's about the size that people put in their vapors. That's a good battery. You end up having to solder some of them together for higher output. Or, okay, some of these boards. This is an individual Bluetooth board. This is a 3.7 volt Bluetooth board. It has built-in Bluetooth capabilities. It has charge capabilities, so it will charge the battery. It comes with wires and hookups. You can get this on Amazon. This goes with this. Now, this, as you can see, is already soldered together cell battery. This is a 6 volt battery that comes out of a brand name flashlight, like a Stinger flashlight. These are 6 volts. What you can do for some of these bigger batteries, you can take them, put them end to end, and solder them together. I desoldered this one. You're going to solder an end and end together. And then on one side, you're going to do the same thing. Solder tip to the center. On these batteries, the way they're set up, you've got a negative on the outside, and on the inside is your center positive. You can solder from there to there and have one lead come out, or you can solder from end to end. End to end is what I prefer because you have less capability of shorting it out right there on the end. But this setup is what I've got in here. That's what these batteries are here. They're soldered end to end in series in parallel to get, I believe it was 12 volts, 7 amps out of it. And that would run something like this. This has this board in it. This is an input only board. It doesn't have Bluetooth capabilities. You have to plug in a 1/4 inch jack and plug up an audio to it. This is your voltage jack that you put in your 12 volts from something like this. This is a computer block to charge a complete computer. This one just happens to be, and you can look right here in the descriptions of it, 12 volts 80 watts. On these boards, they run off of from anywhere from 12, the bigger ones, from 12 to 24 volts. On the smaller ones, they'll run anywhere from 3 to 5 volts. This one will run straight off of a USB plug. It's got a little USB plug right here. That's what charges it. That's what runs it. Charge the battery. Another thing, these plugs here. Males, females. You can get these off Amazon. They're closed circuit TV accessories, 2.1 times 5.5 millimeter plugs and receptacles. That's what you search for, 2.1 times 5.5 closed circuit TV receptacles. These plugs are what I'm putting in play between here to hook up batteries in series to parallel them to run these. And I'll go through that more. I'm getting all this stuff together so I can do my next project. I just thought I'd go over some of these. You can solder these together end to end and make a 12 volt battery out of them. There are kits, hardware inserts like battery packs that you can just place them in and it will series them together so you can make 12 volts out of them. Now, the thing you got to understand about these blocks when you're charging these things, these are nickel cadmium batteries. They're not prone to blow up and explode like a lithium or this polymer, which means when you're charging with these blocks, they do not shut off. There's no stop on it. You can't set a timer. Once you plug it in like this, once I plug it in to charge these batteries inside this cooler, I have to time it and run it for 12 hours. And I have to put a timer on and run it for 12 hours. Or I can just charge it overnight every couple of days. With this pack that's in here, it'll run the Bluetooth speaker for a week without having to charge it back up again, and it'll run down to 10 volts. If it runs down to 10 volts before I'm ready with it, I'll just charge it up overnight. If you're running the inverter in here, this inverter, got this off Amazon. It is 200 watts, so it'll run a small fan, whatever you need that's small. I do not suggest running anything big off of it. It would run, say, a small portable TV. But what we use it for is the USB plugs to charge our flashlight, my work light that I use, or to charge, your phone or whatever. This will plug into there. The USB will turn on and activate without having the switch on. If the switch is on, the fan comes on and stays on because you're using the inverter, and it runs the batteries down really fast. But without the switch being on, the plug will work, and it will only take the 2 amps out of here to charge your battery. And you can do that several times. Devices, you want to charge your tablet or whatever. What I do use this for at work is to charge my work computer, so I'll have access to diagnostic and to clock in and out of jobs when I'm off site. That works great. I can use that for a day or two and charge it back up again. But when it comes to batteries, you have to be careful and know what you're doing about piecing them together, soldering together. That's why I went with something like this. You can get this off Amazon. Also, these are expensive. These are anywhere from $12 to $24 a piece. I got lucky. Radio Shack went out of business. I bought as many as I could at as many stores as I could. They went on sale, and I got 30 to 40 of them for $2 a piece. I had to go to a couple different stores to get them. These work great. But the problem with putting these together is I don't believe these are actual, I think these are knockoff EBLs. And several of them that when I've added just the heat to the ends of them to solder them, shorted the batteries just from the heat. So watch out buying cheap batteries. You can buy the good ones. Another thing, I've tried pulling batteries out of laptops, batteries that have gone dead. I have not had any luck charging them back up again. So it's best in your projects, if you want it to work, just buy new. Another thing you should think about, water-soluble flux paste. These are for your wires. You dip the end of the wire in it, then you heat it with your soldering gun, bam, heat it up, and then what the paste does, it helps the wire absorb solder. So what you're going to do is on the boards, which I'll show, you're going to tip this, and then use your board and solder on your board some of these small boards, like these charge boards that charge these batteries. These go together. These are TP4056 charge boards. They will charge anything up to and smaller than these lithium batteries. They'll charge all lithium batteries. That's what's inside of this. This is what I'm making another one just like it out of this. Except I'm going to make this one also carry a charge board that will charge a phone. So I can keep this one in the car for emergency purposes. I'll have an emergency light and it looks cool. Some of these lights, you can get these pre-set 3-volt lights, Amazon, with heat sinks on them. Cheap. Switches. 2-throw switches. Small switches. Larger switches. You can get these. These are good. These are double set with the lights. So they're 2-throw, but you can have your positives hooked up to them. Single ground. And then whenever you turn it on, the light comes on. This one, I got the light that stays on all the time. This I made, this comes in handy. This little light. This I can clip to my working hands and have light as I'm soldering. This has got a good magnifying glass on. Another thing you might want to think about is getting bigger magnifying glasses or headset magnifying glasses. This magnifying glass has a light on it. It's not very bright. Batteries are going down, but it helps to look at things. So that's great what I got for today for y'all. Please subscribe, like the channel, hit that notification button, and I'll be back with more videos whenever I get a chance.